Hiya, welcome back to my mini Arran in a camper van tour. Last week I showed you Loch Ranza, where unfortunately the castle was closed for repair work, but it was nice to have a wander around the village and grab some lunch, which I ate by the shore. Afterwards I located the perfect little off-grid park up with tailgate views backing onto Machrie Bay. After a very peaceful night and leisurely start to the day, I headed just 5 minutes up the road to the Old Buyer Visitor Centre. They don't strictly do breakfast, but they kindly knocked me up a bacon butty, which I shared with a little feathered friend. I then took a look by drone at 2 Druid standing stones that are in the grounds. So this is how the next day went. After my shared breakfast, I headed back down to the coast road and drove further south to visit the Machrie Moor Stone Circles. I didn't get nearly as much walking in as I'd hoped to here, due to a knee complaint I've got that's waiting for some physio. Still, after an enjoyable couple of hours, I headed south to Blackwaterfoot and had a lovely stroll on the beach there at the golf club, and there's also a cafe where I grabbed some late lunch. After that, I actually found myself heading all the way back along the route that I'd come along, because the road had taken me away from the coast and I was feeling the pull of the coast, so I decided to spend another night at Machrie Bay. So that's the map of the day. Here's the footage. The archaeological history of Machrie Moor goes back some 5,500 years, and there are 6 stone circles here. The first circle you come to is a Bronze Age burial cairn. It was a very large cairn, approximately 23 metres in diameter, and it marks the burial ground of a powerful individual who died approximately 4,000 years ago. Sadly, over the years a lot of the stones have fallen or been robbed. A farm track's been built through it and it's suffered significant damage. About 1 kilometre from the car park, and the next one, the Machrie Moor Stone Circle, is I think a further 1.9 kilometres. And it's not a circular route, you just walk there and you walk back. But the path's really easy. It might be a bit more challenging if you've got wheels, a pram or wheelchair. Unfortunately, as mentioned earlier, with my knee being a complete, I couldn't see the rest of the stone circles, but on my first night on the island I met a lovely lady who I actually bumped into again at the circles, and she's kindly supplied me with some photos. Thanks, Pauline. After my stone circle visit, I headed a further 10 miles south to the village of Blackwaterfoot. I do visit this village properly in a later video, but today I'd visited because I'd heard they did very good fish and chips here, so I was following my nose. You can't fault the location either, right on the beachfront. Look at this fella, he must be starving. So once I'd pulled up, I did my thing of staring out to sea, because I do find it mesmerising, and a little bit of people watching. Shark and chips. That was excellent. By this point, I decided to head back to Machrie Bay to spend another night there. Whoa! Come on. Don't get run over. Crazy bird? Yeah, you too. You might remember from my last video, I tried to order a nice sunset. Well, as today ticked on, the sun did break through, and that's exactly what I got. And Machrie Bay had another lovely treat in store. Those dirty clouds on the left rolled in again for a while. After a fair bit of driving backwards and forwards, and a lot of umming and ahhing, I finally committed to my second wild camp spot. This is my second park up. It's only about 200 yards down the road from last night's, but it's such a beautiful bay. Just me and the oyster catchers. Oh, look at this. This is the way forward. And on the other side of that bush there is another motorhome and a tent, but a bit further down. Good evening. I'm not sure how much, look at Stay. I'm not sure how much I'm actually catching on this holiday, but I'm trying to get as much as I can. But it's just been so amazing. I sometimes forget. Hopefully I'm getting enough footage, because I'm certainly getting out and about and thoroughly enjoying myself. Feel so safe on Arran as well, because I mean, like just this evening I saw 2 police cars drive past and they weren't bothered, you know, they were obviously fine with people parking up. So I've just got into the van, and the midges, by the way, outside, yes, they're there, but they're not too bad. I don't sit out first thing in the morning and I don't sit out last thing at night, because I like an early night. But no, they're not as bad as I expected yet, but I have been staying coastal, so there's a slight breeze, but not much. Yep, so I got into the van and I thought I'll have a cup of tea, and then this happened. Just a little one, obviously, because I'm parked up here, but yeah, I had planned on putting the kettle on, and then that happened. What's that all about? All my gadgets are running low, so I'm checked into a campsite for tomorrow night, so I'll be able to recharge everything, and then I'll do another night while camping, and then I think I'm on a campsite again, and then that's it, finished. That's a week gone, but it's been amazing. Good morning. Tell you something I've started to do now. It just saves a bit of time in the morning and at night time, rather than keep rolling the sleeping bag up and packing it away and finding space for it. Now I just pull the rock and roll bed up and leave the sleeping bag over it. It makes it a bit more padded, and it also makes it a quicker setup and clear up. In the distance, somebody's just taken a dip in that sea. Respect. Looking out across there, right at the tip, if you can see through the mist rolling in from the sea, is the Mull of Kintyre. A little bit windier today. Let's have some sea sounds. A mood light. It's a lovely light. It looks like a toilet brush, but it is a mood light.